Time is now 6:15. Naturally, I'm done at this point in time. I'm just had my Sunday night, and it was really busy. I had about 250 on by midnight. Then I had another couple little trips. And then after 2, I fell asleep and I slept until 5:30. Now between 5:30 and 6, I had 2 other fares. And that brought the grand total up to about 290, something like that. Anyways, I had been so tired that I just fell asleep, and when I woke up I was off the board and put myself back on, had a couple more. Yeah, but that's what happens when I work real hard for the first half of the night. The next half of the night I'm no good for nothing. So I'd rather pace it and work a little slower and stretch it out a little more. But this time it was rush before midnight. I don't like working that way. I like working more casually. Puts less stress on you. Now it's Labor Day, and I'm due for a blood test. I wonder if the lab is open today. I guess I'll find out when I get home. Just a quick little Google. Not much else to say today. All right, now it's Tuesday morning, and it's looking kind of, that's our morning sunrise. We've got some smoke going on. There's a fire somewhere, and the smoke is just hanging low, and it smells like there's a fire. You can even see it behind me in the distance there. That's the, yeah. And in that direction too, it's kind of smoky looking. Yeah. Reasonably alright night. I did in the high 2s. 280 maybe, something like that. It was good enough. A lot of short trips made me work a lot. Short trips. I prefer longer ones and then longer breaks in between rather than shorter trips and a lot of them. So, yeah, it was a lot of trips. So I'm tired of working now. I got to go to the chiropractor, get my lower back stretched. And after my lower back has been stretched, then I got to go to the labs to give them a blood sample, because it's been 3 months since I gave them a blood sample last time to monitor my diabetes and a whole bunch of other things. I have what you call a standing order. Every 3 months I have to go in, and every 2 years I have to renew the standing order. Look at that. You see the smoke over my shoulders there? Look up at the tree in the distance. Yuck. Double yuck. Well, that's it for the Tuesday morning. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. The time is now 6:29 a.m. I slept in, or should I say, I worked hard in the morning or in the evening hours, one right after another, and it was flinging me far and wide, and I was tired of driving empty just to go get the next call because of this panic dispatch. Panic dispatch is when you have a trip and you have a car and you match them up no matter how far apart they are, instead of giving the car something close by or waiting a minute or two for something close by to show up. I don't like driving around empty. I would rather take a break and get something that's nearby. Well, anyway, it tired me right out. At one point, I guess it was about 1 o'clock, or maybe it was earlier, 11:30, midnight, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I guess it was about 12:30. I was dropping somebody off and I was being sent a long distance to get the next one. And I rejected the call. I declined it. I didn't want it. It was too far away. So I waited a few minutes and got sent that call again, and I declined it again. And then I waited, well, it wasn't very long. I got sent on another call, and I got sent to this house. And I phoned, and we've got this silly phone system where you don't get the customer's phone number anymore. You have to go through the dispatch system to contact the customer. So I did that. I contacted the customer, and I said, I'm right outside. And he said, no, you're not. I don't see you. And I said, well, I'm at, and I gave the guy the address where I was sent. He says, no. I'm at the 7-Eleven. And then another cab showed up, and while he's talking to me, he says, oh, there you are. Yeah, you were quick. And I heard a voice saying, oh, yes, I was right there, whatever, and then next thing you know, he hangs up on me. So I don't know if I was being punished for not taking that call that was far away. I just didn't feel like driving that far. Fuck. I know my job is driving, but my job is driving with people in the car, not driving empty halfway across town to pick somebody up who might not even be there anymore. Panic dispatching. Well, I had a few calls in the morning, and I went to sleep a few times in between those calls because I was exhausted. And then I was awakened by a call at, I guess it was 20 minutes to 5. And it's a regular customer. She's the janitorial staff at the university. I think I've told you about her before. And she went up to the university, and it was just 5 o'clock when we arrived. And getting her there, I was having trouble seeing the road at times, and my eyelids were just shutting on the way. I was able to catch myself every time and make it and get her there. I got paid for my trouble, and I fell asleep on the spot. I slept a whole hour. It was about 6:02 when I woke up, going, oh, I haven't had a trip. This thing hasn't woke me up yet. So I shut her down, went to the car wash, sprayed the car, cleaned the mats. Now I'm heading to the bank. The sky is still somewhat smoky, kind of red, like, if you're living in a town where they have a titanium smelter, I lived in such a town once when I was a child. The sky was red all the time from the titanium smelting. And that's what the sky looks like today. Yeah, apparently there's fires going on somewhere again. Or still. Yeah. I've arrived at the bank, so I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. It's been a while since I showed you this scene, hasn't it? I just dropped at the airport. The time is now 5:43 a.m. and it's really evident how the days are getting shorter. Not long ago, maybe even just a month ago, at this hour you would have daylight right here. So what kind of a night was this Wednesday night? This Wednesday night started out, I waited a little while and I got a good trip, a really good trip, a $40 trip. And I think he tipped me, I don't know, $6 or $7. That was great because we went from one place to a liquor store and then liquor store to a Subway. And from the Subway, he went to Brentwood Bay. Nice. The rest of the night was mostly shorter trips, and only 11 of them. Shorter trips. So that by the time it was 5 in the morning, I had something like $213 on. Just enough to make $100 and fuel. Now this run to the airport was $48 on the meter and she gave me $58. So I'm at about $270, which is just fine. That's about how I did every other night this week. Make $150 for myself a night. Maybe a little more. That's okay. And you can see in the distance maybe there's a bit of a glow in the sky. That's the morning coming. And this is a roundabout. One more shift to go this week. Okay, I got the light in my face. This Thursday night was a long, slow one. I watched a lot of videos. I did a bit of sleeping. I made just a little over $200 total. That means that with a $115 lease, I made about $85 for myself. Because I had to put fuel in it too, you know. Yeah. It was not good. It was hard. The government or health minister or whoever has limited the times at which restaurants can be open. If they serve food, they have to close at 11. And if they don't serve food, if they're like a bar or a pub, last call is 10 o'clock. No alcohol sales before past 10 o'clock. And I think that has affected the liquor stores too. Now, I don't see how that is going to make a difference. And someone told me that, well, you know, people go out late, and if the places are closed, they can't get together and they can't spread the disease. Around here, there's still no disease to spread. And I'm imagining and hoping that the people who are ill are at home in bed and not going out in public and spreading the disease. If there is a disease to be spread. I know it's hit some places, but it hasn't hit us here. We're on an island, and travel is cut down to a minimum. There are not many ferries coming to and leaving the island, not like before. And there are not many flights in and out. So if people who have a virus or a disease come here, well, if they don't come here, it won't come here. And those few that have it, well, let the thing run its course. They get better, and that's the end of that. Or if they're feeble and have compromised immune systems, die. Yeah, it wasn't a good night. I'm glad the week is over. I'm tired. I'm going to try calling my mother again. She didn't answer the last time. Hope yours is better than mine.